What's going on, my fellow gamers? Welcome back to the channel. It is the Werewolf Gaming here, back with another Remnant 2 video. Alright, I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. Today, guys, I want to bring you a build. Overall, it's just a pretty fun build to use. Not gonna say I recommend it for everyone to use because this is Apocalypse that I am playing on. But overall, guys, it's a pretty fun build. I haven't really played too much with the Ford scatter shotgun since I got it, guys. When I mainly got this gun, I was only getting it just so I could attain the Archon class. So with that being said, I never really gave it much of a, never played with it much, to be honest with you. So guys, I'm at that point again in Remnant now without much to do. So at this given time period, I'm just trying out different things, different weapons besides the weapons that you know that already perform the best in this game. And the Ford shotgun is a very fun gun to use, guys. I'm going to see, I will go over the build breakdown to show you how I'm using it in my gameplay. Now, as you can see, I am going to fight a couple of bosses in this game. It will take longer than normal what I normally take to kill these bosses on Apocalypse. With that being said, guys, that's because shotguns aren't performing as good as they were before the patch. So, overall, though, I still do hope you enjoy the gameplay. Alright, guys, I do want to give a big thank you for everyone who continues to support me on the channel. Those who always take time to leave some type of positive feedback, or anything that's that you feel that I am doing, constructive feedback as well, is always helpful for the channel. If it's fact or if it's not nothing negative, guys, I will respond. That's usually how I do. This channel is all about that positivity. I'm not going to respond to those negative people who just say silly stuff. So stuff like that, guys, I will not waste time to entertain. I'm not even going to respond to those type of stuff. At the end of the day, guys, I put 800 some hours on PS5 and another close to probably 600 some hours on PC playing this game. I've been playing long enough, and anytime I bring you a build, guys, I always went to the range and tested out to see, especially those high damage builds that I bring, to see which builds I can get the most damage. Now, as far as your armor and stuff like that, I'm never going to tell you that this is the best build. You got to use it. My goal in this channel, like I said 1,000 times before, is to bring you content that's fun, show you that I'm using, and it's ultimately it's up to you, guys. These are always just blueprints and things. You can always change out your builds to what works best for you, modify it to, because as you see in most of my videos, I usually change out a lot of my items throughout my gameplay, especially the relic. I like trying out different relics, and sometimes I even change out the rings I'm using throughout my gameplay. Overall, because this game is about making builds and finding things that work. So if I just sit there and do what everybody else is doing in my game, how's that going to be fun for me? Do what works best for you in your particular game. If it does not work for you, guys, always change it to what works best for you. For example, the armor I got on, guys, I usually run pretty light to medium armor. I see other guys who make videos who always seem to have on medium to heavy. To me, is that bad? No. If that's the way you prefer to play, then that's play. I like to being kind of agile in my gameplay. Of course, those who've been playing long enough, the more armor, the more slower moving your character moves. And that's another reason why I do enjoy playing with the Challenger as well. Not only because the Challenger does have that second life, because you can also use the Handler class as well. And when you go down, as long as you got a relic, the Handler will get you back up. Or your dog, basically. Alright, so let's go over this build breakdown. As you can see, I did choose the Challenger as my prime class. If you don't know, You die, guys, you have a 10-minute cooldown, and you will get another life as long as you reset it at the World Stone. The Berserker, basically, I'm going to summarize this real quick, guys. You enter a heightened state of battle, you have increased damage, and increased firework. Overall, just amazing for dealing out a large amount of damage pretty quickly. Alright, the traits: you get Face of Danger. Using the relic within 10 meters of an enemy grants 2 stack of bulwark. That basically reduces damage, and that lasts for 10 seconds. You get Powerlifter. This basically helps boost up your stamina. You lose use as much, and you get it back a little bit faster. Overall, just amazing trait. Intimidating Presence. After activating the challenge, the skilled enemies within 15 meters deal 10% less damage for 15 seconds. Alright, and you get Close Quarters. Guys, this basically grants the 30%, 5% increase to all damage as long as you are within 10 meters of an enemy. The further you're away, the less benefit you will get from that. Alright, the Hunter's Focus. Guys, I was using all the Hunter skills. I didn't show it in this particular video, but I did. You know, you use whichever one you prefer. Hunter's Mark is a lot easier, guys. You just proc it, you see everything, and you get that bonus 10% critical hit chance. Ultimately, it's up to you because this is your gameplay and how you prefer to play with it. Now, I did use the ambush perk a little bit too. I didn't show it in the video, but it was really fun. You know, when you go invisible and you pop out, guys, and you shoot them with that shotgun, that's just pretty fun. Really unique mechanic. Now, Hunter's Focus, you got to remember, you got to wait till you hear that little proc sound, and then that's when you get the most benefit of using that. Now, the Hunter's Focus, you do get that back quicker because it does have a 40-second cooldown. So a lot of times I do like to use that just because you get a faster cooldown on it. Alright, your armor, it does not matter. As you can see, my weight was only 41.5. That's why I say wear whichever armor you prefer. Now, the Tranquil Heart, because you do get that passive health regen. This was a damage build, so I got weak spot, range crit damage, and I want fire rate. Guys, when you're using the shotgun, it's really fun using that fire rate. So that's where you want to use that. Now, I did use the Profane Heart a little bit as well. And it basically, guys, it's a life stealing relic. And it lasts for 15 seconds. So you basically just use whichever relic works best for you. Alright, the star of this build, guys, is the Ford Scatter Gun. It is an incredibly powerful 12-gauge shotgun with a wide sprayage, high damage, but a slow reload. That reload really does suck. You will see it. I did decide to use the Scrap Shot, guys. It fires a canister basically on the ground. It drops traps. It applies slow and bleeding to those enemies, dealing 1,380 damage. I did pair it with the nearsighted Mutator. This increases range damage of the weapon by 20% to enemies within 7 meters and increases range critical chance of this weapon by 10% to enemies within 7 meters. You're playing with the Challenger and using the shotgun, guys, so you should want to be kind of up close to these enemies. Alright, Krill Axe, didn't really matter about your melee weapon, use whichever you prefer. The Nebula is just a staple in most builds now because you can just shoot those machines out. They do damage, and it's overall just amazing handgun. Now, for some reason, when I was fighting the Burn of the Blade, those nano machines wasn't doing like it normally does and kill those enemies, so they slowed the fight a little bit. Probability core for increasing damage by 20%. Catalyst Jewel, guys, so you can get your mods back faster, so you can use the mods faster. Alright, Burden of the Destroyer, it decreases out their range but increases all damage by 15%. And Ring of Infinite Damage to get that increased fire rate. This gun is very fun with the increased fire rate. That's why I used it on this particular build. Zero Divide Amulet, guys, you get increased ammo, you get unlimited ammo and 15% range damage. You look at my weapon stacks, I got a fire rate of 18%, critical damage 70%, range damage 55%, overall bonus damage 15%, weak spot damage of 30%, 5% crit chance, and range crit chance 5%. Strong back comes automatically, long shot comes automatically on this class. And so that way it helps with this not lose as much ideal range. You get Triage, increase healing by 50%, 10 points in that, 10 points in regrowth to increase health regen. Got 10 points in Fortify, 10 points in Gifting, letting your skills last longer. Got 3 points in Swiftness so I can move pretty quickly. I got 10 points in Vigor, guys, get your health up so you can survive longer. 10 points in Spirit, get your mods back quicker. 10 points in Expertise to get your skills back quicker. Alright, I got 10 points in Bark Skin to reduce damage by 10%. And I got a couple of points in Siphon. I got 5 points in that to get Lifesteal and 2 points in Endurance to increase your stamina. Alright, guys, hope you like the content. If you do, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. D Werewolf out.